morning everyone, how are we all doing? I hope that we are doing very, very well. I'm coming back with a day in the life vlog on a normal rest day today, because obviously the last video that I showed you guys was my high days, so I think it's only fair that I actually bring you back to what a very, very normal rest day looks like. At this point now, I've just dipped into 7 weeks out from the UK DFBA. I did try to do this vlog yesterday, but it was a training day, it was a leg day, and honestly I just don't have the mental space to be able to vlog and train and do work and everything like that. So it's much easier for me to bring you a day and a rest day, and these days are obviously reflective of, you know, just a standard day in the deficit, what things look like and what it ultimately takes to pursue fat loss throughout these stages, which I think is very, very important to show, because it's fun to watch all the high days and all the food and all of that stuff, but at the end of the day, these are days that are just the majority of prep. 90% of prep looks like this when I'm on my deficit food, and my expenditure that's putting me in a deficit as well. So just to wrap you guys up where we're at so far this morning, so you'll have seen I got up, had my CV burn, went and did my 35 minutes on the bike. Then I also follow that up with some vacuums. I then do a 25-minute walk on the treadmill, which gets me up to about 3,000 steps. And then I did a round of posing, been up, showered, got ready, come back down, just made myself a coffee, which, a slight change, can't remember if I've mentioned this yet, but I've actually purchased some of these. These are the Malozio decaffeinato ones. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but they're fully decaf ones, because I was having the half caffeinated ones, which still had I think it was 80 milligrams of caffeine in, and I don't really need it at this point in the day, because the 300 milligrams of caffeine from the CV burn is still present. It's just nice to have a warm beverage. So I've been having this instead for my morning coffee, so I'll have this along with some water to hydrate, as usually by the time I get to meal one I'm on about 2 litres of fluid, and so having 1.5 litres of water, and then also my coffee, which is about 500 mils, something like that. So yeah, I'm going to kick off today. It's actually Sunday today, the 14th of July. So today I've just got a few check-in updates that I need to do. I have clients, a couple of other bits of work, so I'm going to crack on with that now, and then I'm going to take you guys through today's eating and just kind of talk you through a little bit more of, I suppose, what really goes into just the normal day-to-day of prep, and what it really takes to kind of, I suppose, get lean, get into stage lean condition, both from a physical side of things with what you actually have to do, what you need to eat, what you need to nail, but also what it kind of takes mentally as well. So yeah, looking forward to taking you guys through that today.
All right.
We are now at the first meal of the day, which is the same first meal as always. However, I'm sorry AJ, because I'm repeating what I said yesterday. As I said, we tried to do this yesterday, it didn't go very well. No creamy today, just the berries and 30 grams of whey, which has been created into a sludge, which, to be honest, I actually really enjoy this meal. This is always my first meal, even in off season, because I like to have my first meal without carbs, and it's
berries are carbs.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, yeah. Without oats or bread or anything like that.
Sure.
Shut up. You've lost my train of thought, but in a diet setting, the cream is nice because it lasts longer. But either which way, we shall enjoy this meal now. What are we watching?
Some Goodwood stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Cars.
Lovely.
You like it?
I do like it, that's why I said lovely. God's sake.
Actual components from the A1 turns a bespoke Alpine. It is a bespoke.
It's a couple of hours now after meal one. I have followed the usual routine, doing a walk, doing some more work. Actually, I had a lovely consult call this morning as well, which is fantastic. I'm just about to put on our meal too, so I'll run through that in a minute. And before I do that, I'm just gonna post some pictures of my client Cuba, who you'll have seen, or you will be seeing in an upcoming video. But he's been over for the past few days from Czechoslovakia. He's a client I've been working with for 2 years. He is just now at the end of his off season. We ran a pre-prep earlier this year, and I'm just about to put some of the pictures that I got of him in the gym the other day, see if I can get those to load. They'll obviously be on my Instagram, but he's in a really, really good spot now, in a position where he's been able to make the most of this last phase of gaining without just basically being too soft or too sluggish, and not being in a good responsive state at the very, very end of off season, which is not where you want to be. And two, it's also meant that he's obviously in a good position to come down and get into the condition that he needs to be in to be competitive for bodybuilding, which is attributed to, like, one, the timeline, how I plan things out, and also just having more muscle. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of an update of that on Instagram. I just wanted to quickly show you, I've just got an order from Look Fantastic. I've obviously been buying some more like makeup things for show, because I'm gonna do my own makeup. And fun fact, I actually used to want to be a makeup artist. That was what I really wanted to do. I loved makeup. I was actually like pretty good at makeup. I'm not saying that to flex, I'm saying it because I wish I was still that good at makeup. I'll probably put some pictures like on the screen here. It was very 2016 vibes, but like I definitely had some like decent skills. And now, oh my God, I've been relying on that. I've been like, I know how to do my own makeup. I did a run through the other day and it wasn't bad, but I was like, I need some practice. I need to, you know, get back in the groove of this, because otherwise show day ain't gonna go well. So I've been buying some new things. I've bought, for those interested, I've got some new brushes, foundation brush, blending brush, because the blending brush I've got is old and it ain't working well. I got a few new lip liners as well. I've honestly bought so much stuff, it's ridiculous. It makes you realise how expensive makeup is. And I've just bought a palette, and honestly, I've not bought a makeup palette in forever because I've got so many of them. The amount of money that I used to spend on makeup is absurd. But this has come through, and you know what, like, I see stuff like that and I just think, oh my God, this is why I used to spend so much money on makeup, because it's so beautiful. I love it. And it's art, isn't it? It almost makes me want to like get back into it, but the thing is that I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. So it would be pretty pointless. But when I was younger, I used to literally just like sit at home and just do my makeup just for fun, just because I used to really enjoy it. And I kind of wish, not that I wish that I'd pursued it, because I obviously love my job, but at the time that was something that I was really passionate about. And I think because it wasn't a very conventional thing for me to do with like my family and my expectations, like this wasn't either, but I didn't go down that route of like, you know, being a makeup artist, and like that's such an incredible career to have. Like there's so much that you can do. Like I truly believe that whatever you're passionate about, you can make an amazing career out of it, because if you're passionate about it and if you are a bit business savvy, like you can do anything with anything you enjoy, honestly. So if anyone's watching this and there is something that, you know, you do really enjoy doing, you think, oh, I'd love to make a career out of that, you probably can do, especially in this day and age. So don't be afraid of going after things that you really love doing, because at the end of the day, I know everyone says it, if you love doing it, you will make a success out of it, like if you work hard at it, bottom line. But anyway, got sidetracked about the makeup palette, but that's one thing, is that I'm going to try and I will do my makeup for my shows, because I don't like having my makeup done by other people. I've had some bad experiences, so we'll come around to that when the show days come around, and we'll see how we get on. But anyway, I'm going to prep the next couple of meals for myself and AJ, or the next meal really, which is quite simple for the both of us, to be honest now, so we're both dieting. So I just need to put some chicken and veggies on for us. We'll have that meal. Same thing again, but I'll run you guys through it when we get round to it. Why are you looking at me like a psychopath?
I'm not.
Okay, we're just piecing together. Don't do the Zoom thing.
No, it keeps people engaged.
Okay, we're just piecing together the meal two, which we have a fairly similar meal to now. A fairly similar setup, apart from you've got a little bit more carbs than me. But it's much easier to prepare the meals because we have the same things and you want to eat, which is good. So
this video is not about me though.
No, but it's always about the two of us. Together. It was an AJ vlog. We've got veggies. You see the array of vegetables that we now have prepared. So I've got my broccoli and beans, and then some mushrooms and courgettes. That will go in the pan with my chicken.
That's a bowl,
which is in here. Oh, sorry, bowl. My chicken, which is in here. Oh, you put some oregano on your vegetables?
Yeah, oregano.
Yeah, AJ likes my oregano.
It's not how you say it.
No. Oregano.
No, oregano.
That's what the Americans would say. Because I do put some nice seasonings on my chicken. It's not plain and boring because it doesn't have to be. I wouldn't probably put barbecue sauce and all that jazz on it.
A litre of barbecue.
A few cows, but a few nice bits of seasonings, chili flakes, oregano, phenomenal. So I'll have this paired with some kimchi and some avocado. Job done. Phenomenal.
Cheers, guys. In the car.
On the roads. I should keep my eyes on the roads.
Hey, you should, yeah.
Yeah. Well, unlike what they do in films, we always joke about in films and they'll like talk.
That's
like
not
this.
funny because
Okay.
you're a bad driver even with your eyes on the road.
That's true. Okay. I am driving. We are currently going to Starbucks actually. Starbucks first, and then we are actually headed to the gym because both of us have got in-person check-ins with a couple of our clients. Well, one client each.
Well, one client each. Yep. No. It's funny.
Okay, anyway.
So we've got in-person check-ins with one client.
With one client each, okay. That's where we're headed now, but we're going to go to
The
Starbucks
lighting's
first.
awful. Right, so.
Because I don't know where you're filming it from. It's probably better there. Put it on both of us, there you go. That's not good.
It is, it's looking well.
The camera looks dirty. Anyway, that's where we're going. We're going to Starbucks first because we're going to get our second coffee of the day, and we're also going to have our meal 3 there, because otherwise we'd basically either be having it too early or too late with the time that we're both meeting our one client. So yeah, it'll be nice for us to get out, won't it, AJ? We can sit and look at each other and eat a meal.
Oh yeah.
And have a coffee, aren't you?
Didn't realise that was part of the plan.
What were you planning on?
Looking at each other.
Sitting separately. What are you going to do? Are you going to look away?
No, probably just do a bit of work or something on the mobile.
And why is this a special Starbucks for us?
That's where we had our first coffee together.
That is true. Actually, we had our first coffee together there with Meg and Cuba there as well. So, yeah.
We
Anyway.
had some parental
Guidance. We had chaperones for the first few dates occasions. No, we didn't really. Right. Okay. We're gonna go.
Cuba's a very supportive parent.
He was always a very sensible chaperone.
Yeah.
I would say. There was never any foul language or rude insinuations. So right, we will go to Starbucks now.
See ya. Cheers, guys.
Stop saying that. AJ spilled his meal. Oh dear. It's not looking very well.
That's my meal.
Just the 3 berries.
4 berry.
For God's sake. Lovely coffee. I have just had my meal number 4. Since we last kind of caught up-ish at Starbucks, we came back home, we obviously went to the gym, did the client check-ins, saw my client Maria, came back, I've been doing loads of jobs. I also assembled the new Creamy. I don't know if I actually mentioned this at the start, but because the Creamy is, well, was broken, I got in touch with Ninja and they literally sent us a brand new Creamy, which I thought was pretty good of them from a customer service side of things. Not ideal for the Creamy to break. I don't think they're the most reliable of kitchen appliances. And now I'm just on to preparing my meal 5, which is my usual, because this is the exact same setup. So my meal 4 was just salmon veggies, and now my meal 5 is going to be 25 grams of oats and 25 grams of cream of rice, so 50 total, with some whey berries, nut butter as per usual. And yes, that is my only like direct carb meal of the day. Obviously, as we've went through earlier, like I do have carbs through the form of vegetables and through the form of fruit, and having a good variety of fruit and veg in your diet is very important. However, that is my main carb source for the day. Other than that, I don't have carbs in any of my other meals. I still have a nice baseline level of fats, but that is simply what I need to eat to get lean. And I know I mentioned this in a previous video, but this is something that you do definitely have to really understand when it comes to prep and it comes to getting lean. Like, especially in my situation, I show, I suppose, the extreme end of things, being a natural athlete, being a very, very small female athlete as well. You know, I don't carry a lot of body weight, so as a result, what is required for me to be in a deficit is going to be like relatively low food, relatively high output. When it comes to, you know, what it really takes to kind of get into stage lean condition, I think that the first thing is just understanding that like you need to do whatever it is that you need to do in order to get lean. That will look different for everyone, and yes, sometimes there are situations where, you know, maybe it's not been managed very well. You could manage the prep better in order to make it less extreme, but you have to do what you have to do for your body in order to get your physique to the end goal. That will mean no matter how much food you're on, no matter how much expenditure you're on, whether that be high or low, is that if you're in a deficit, you're going to feel hungry. You're going to feel tired. You know, you're going to feel drained at points. You're going to feel flat at points as well. Like, you have to be entirely accepting of that. And I think the biggest problem is that people like resist this way too much. I always have people asking me like, oh, you've got no carbs in any of your meals apart from your last meal. It's like, yeah, but that's just what I need to do to be in a deficit. Like, yeah, I'm a bit hungry, but I'm not dying at the end of the day. And I know it sounds a little bit extreme, but the reality is like, we're still eating probably 5-6 meals a day. You're still eating really good, nutritious foods. If you're managing an appropriate rate of loss and you're still looking after your body and still managing, you know, your fatigue to a level that you can do, like, yes, prep isn't healthy, but you're not doing anything that is, like, I say, the hardest challenge in the world. Like, you are going to feel a little bit hungry, but you're not going to die if you feel a little bit hungry in between your meals. And I think that you have to be accepting of those side effects that do come alongside with the prep process, and just kind of embrace them and enjoy them. Yes, I feel a bit hungry in between meals, but hunger isn't anything to be afraid of. It's actually a good, normal, physiological function that we have that exists, especially when you're in a deficit. Like, and I think that you either do enjoy it and you really embrace everything that comes along with a prep, or if it is something that you really, really struggle with and it actually isn't enjoyable, then don't force yourself to do it either. Ultimately, prep is a choice, and a lot of like first timers will learn that. Like you'll learn whether this is something that you really enjoy or you don't. Like I personally, I love it. Like I've not really ever struggled with, you know, diet phases or dieting, or, and this isn't me kind of like boasting or saying like, oh, I don't struggle, but it's more so that I just enjoy that. Like I naturally, innately enjoy that process. And I think that's something that you have to be able to do in order to get stage lean, but also make the absolute most out of that process, and to be able to do that obviously over the long term and to repeat that over long periods of time as well. It is one of those things where the more that you make it easier for yourself, obviously, like the easier it will be, you know. So do be mindful of just like things that you do that kind of make that process more difficult, because that does genuinely make a huge difference as to how much I suppose you're going to struggle with getting into stage lean condition. Is like how you manage your routine, how you manage your meal timings, how you manage your sleep, all of these things that can make that process so much more difficult. Because I definitely struggled a lot more in my first prep than I have done in this one. And you know, like the length of the prep was the exact same. If anything, I actually started a little bit lighter, and I found that a lot more challenging, I think, more so because of what was kind of going on here rather than the actual physical layout of the prep. And I think that that's just it, you know. It's like your mindset really does make all the difference. So use that to your advantage, you know, like actually see that as a good thing and go like, oh, okay, I can be more mentally resilient, I can make this process more enjoyable, and it largely comes down to my own choices and how I choose to see things. So I'm just about to wind down for the night. Before I do so, I'm going to prepare my evening sleep drink. I don't know if that even makes any sense, but essentially I've started recently taking the Naughty Boy Sleep Stack beverage drink recovery mix, whatever you like to call it, and it's honestly fantastic. It tastes really good, so if you're dieting, absolute gem. I make this and I actually put it in the freezer for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and it just makes it like a little bit icy, a little bit like a slushie, which is definitely just something I enjoy because I'm in prep. But it tastes really nice and it's actually really good. Like my sleep has generally been totally fine. I did not manage to make it because my camera just died. You can get this because I often forget to mention a huge thank you and shout out to my amazing sponsor Insight Sups, where I get all of my phenomenal supplements. I love Insight and I always shopped at Insight even before they sponsored me. You can get almost everything you need on Insight, you know. It's not like there's just one brand and I have to say I love this brand even if I don't. Like I can get all of the things that I do genuinely really like, and you can get all the things that you genuinely really like as well. So if you do need to get any subs, make sure to shop at Insight. Make sure to use code LOS10 if you would like to support me. Would appreciate it. But yeah, it is genuinely great site, great place to get all of your supplements. This, if you struggle with your sleep, this is a great one. If you want something that tastes nice, definitely give this a go. God, they look massive. Do you not want to give them a minute to cool down?
They'll cool down in here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got me with my
Nasal strip. I'm not really sure how I'm filming this, to be honest. It's just a bit nicer than my meal. AJ's last meal there. Yeah. We are now at last meal. Last meal, as always, I've already kind of dived you through this meal anyway. I'm trying to pick out the berries that aren't just ice. Probably hand pick those. But we've got usual last meal, cream of rice, oats, nut butter, berries obviously. And we are going to watch the Euros. So what do you think, AJ? What's the result going to be? How are we feeling? Is it coming home or?
No, I think it's going to be Spain 2-0.
You think?
Yeah, in 90 minutes.
I think we'll get a goal in, but I don't know if it'll be enough.
So what's your score then?
I don't know.
Well, you've got to predict.
I want us to win.
Right, what's the score then? Bloody hell, the game will be over by the time you've predicted. Come on.
I'm going to go 2-1. But I think maybe we're going to get another goal. Like, it'll be 1-1, and then maybe we'll, if we get anything, it'll be an extra time or something like that.
Right.
At the end.
Okay, cool.
We'll see. But yeah, we'll watch that now. I'm going to cap off the video here. I don't want to lose the number on this thing, so I need to follow it goes. Like,
yeah.
1 second. Sorry, AJ.
I fucking can't believe this shit. Like, you just pour the berries on, man.
No, because they're all shit. They're all the shit ones. Right. Thank you very much for watching this entire video. Just taking you through a normal rest day to show you what normal days and prep look like, really. Because the last time I was eating a little bit more food than I'm eating right now. But this is what the normal day looks like. Lots of fun. Take along. Have a good time. Enjoy it. And hopefully you've enjoyed this video as well. So if you have enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, that would be lovely. Subscribe for more phenomenal content just like this one. If you've got any suggestions, put them in the comments below. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Why are you swaying?
Cheers, guys.